What's going on, y'all? You know, this is something I usually don't do. I've done it a little while ago, but that's either here or there. I want to say welcome. I have a couple things on my mind that I would like to talk about. It's nothing tragic or bad, even though we're living in tragic and bad times. 2020 is really taking a toll on everybody. You know, even people who have passed away recently who I don't even know. It's affecting me. But with all of that being said, we need to take the negativity of what's going on, and we need to pursue our passion. It's time for a life change. As we see in today's society, America doesn't give a fuck about us. All America wants us to do is procreate, manipulate the mind, have the kids go to school, learn what they want our kids to learn. Basically, brand them as cattle. Change the way they think, change the way they do things. And the goal is for higher learning, just to work for somebody else who 8 times out of 10 has been a college dropout. So a lot of these kids out here nowadays, or adults, are literally going to school to get a higher education, put themselves in debt just to work for somebody who was a college or a high school dropout and mastered in what they love to do, found their hustle, made millions, billions of dollars, Fortune 500 companies, and pursued it. So while these individuals have dropped out of school, did what they did, got seed money, gift money, taking that money and invested it into what they love, there's people out here that are getting master's degrees and doctorate degrees to take them to a place that they're not fully satisfied. And it's also leaving them in debt. And after you do all of that, what happens? If you could, you die before you retire, or if you do retire, you kind of wasted away. Sit in front of the TV all day, sitting on your ass, not really doing much of anything. And before you know it, you're in the grave. But my goal here to tell you and to talk to everybody is today is to break that shit. It's time to break it. America don't give a fuck about you. You need to give a fuck about you. You need to take this time and invest in yourself. And it's messed up that this pandemic is killing the people who we love the most. But also we need to value this time and realize that time is short. We gotta push harder and we gotta push stronger into what we love to do. We have to. This COVID-19 situation has been a thin line between poison and hope. It's taking people who we love away from us, but if you look at it in a positive perspective, this is a time now to take what you love and pursue your passion 110%. Whatever you're thinking about doing, whatever gives you that ray of sunshine, that ray of hope deep inside of your soul, you gotta push it. And the best thing for you to do, and especially the best thing that worked for me, is prayer. We go through a lot of things every day that's going to test our faith. I grew up deep into the religion, and then I left it. Years later, I didn't give a fuck about it. And then when things got bad, things got crazy, I prayed. But instead of praying for others, I did a selfish prayer. I prayed for me. And me praying for me, God worked like that quick. And I'm so grateful. I'm grateful to him. I'm grateful to my business, my passion. I'm grateful to all of my clients. It has really changed for the best in ways that months ago, I wouldn't even thought it would have even happened to me. So we need to take this time now more than ever to focus on ourselves. And this is the silver lining. As dark and painful as it may be, we need to take the bad out of what's going on this year in 2020, and we gotta flip it and make something good out of it. I know people personally who died from COVID-19. I know people whose family members got sick and they fought so hard for them to feel better, and they bounced back, and it's a blessing that they bounced back. And you know, it hurts. It really does hurt. And me, personally, I see it every day. You know, and even people who I don't personally know, I feel like crying for them. And it really bothers me because these are good people out here who did not deserve to die earlier than what was destined for them to leave this earth. It's crazy. But bouncing towards what I really want to talk about, you need to find a passion. You need to find your passion. Your passion is your sweet spot, something that makes you happy. We need to stop spending money on big elaborate corporations, designer brands. No matter what, these companies, they're going to make their money regardless. Let the white man handle that. Let the white man have that. These white people out here want to run around in Louis Vuitton, Fendi, Gucci, whatever they like. Let them do that. We ain't got to be like them. We set our own trends. We got to be like us. We got to be like what we think is right for us, within our own hearts, within our spirit. Our best bet is to invest in ourselves and invest into people who are like us. When it comes to investing in people who are like us, we also got to realize we need to stop lowballing our own people. If a person selling a product for $10, pay the $10. Nah, man, I could get that for $5. Okay, maybe you can get it for $5, but you see the person out here hustling and they're doing it for $10. Pay the $10. What are you going to do with that $10? What are you going to do with that money? Spend the money on nonsense? Spend the money on cigarettes? Spend the money on junk that we don't need in our system anyway? You're not going to be throwing that money towards a bill, so why not throw the money towards something that can benefit you and your household? Makes sense, right? I think so. So, and understand something too. The individual that could be selling incense, music, etc., is looking for a positive way out. You know, not to sound morbid or dark about it. That person that's looking for a positive way out, they could be robbing you. They could hold you up at gunpoint, like, yo, give me all of that anyway. So you're thinking about lowballing the person, not paying the money. How would you feel if the person had a gun in your face? You're going to give all of that up anyway. You'll be forced to. So why not invest in the person who's looking for a way out, who's looking for a positive way? You don't know what that person is going through. They could be going through problems in home, doing everything they can to feed their child. Do y'all know how much infant milk costs? Do y'all know how much powdered milk costs and food for these babies nowadays? The price went up. Recently, I went to ShopRite, saw cans of infant milk, Similac, over $30. That $10 that you spending, that you giving a person for a product, that's help feeding a kid. Every little bit helps. Think about it. Also, we also have to think of another thing too when it comes to certain things. We have to take an L just to gain the win. What I mean is taking an L. Sometimes in life you have to cut corners just a game. All we need in this world is food, clothing, and shelter. And we don't need the most expensivest. We need just the bare minimum just to survive. Can your stomach skip a meal here and there? It can. As human beings, we learn to do what? Adapt. We can adapt to our environment. We can adapt to our situations. Sometimes we have to take an L in order to gain that W. If you have to spend money towards your passion and neglect a meal, you could do it. If you have to neglect a bill, do it. Bills are going to come even after we leave this world. So why not neglect a bill or two just to be up and up financially, just to get a couple of steps ahead on reaching your goal? It makes sense. The hell with the expensive cars, the jewelry, the clothes, all of that. Cut those expenses in half and get what you need and invest in your goals and your dreams so you can materialize them. It's the best way to figure that out. It's the best way to do it. Also, one last thing. Anybody's going to ask, they're going to be like, well, I don't really have a passion. I don't really know. Like, how do I find my passion? It's easy. It's not about the money. When it comes to pursuing your passion, it's not about the money at all. It's about finding a career that makes you happy. And think about it. Let me ask you all this. If forced to do your passion for free, would you do it? Simple. If you're put in a situation where, let's say for instance, money is not even a thing anymore, we have to go back to bartering, or you're in a situation where, you know, there's no more currency. There's no possible way for you to get certain things. Would you still pursue your passion? To be able to reach your goal and do what you got to do, it's not all about the finances. You have to do what makes your heart and soul happy. What gets you up in the morning? What wakes you up in the morning? You know, it should be your passion. It should be what you love to do. So, with that being said, thank you for listening. You could check my website, you know, shameless plug, right? You could check my website. Yeah, I'm a tattoo artist. As you see, I do a lot of custom stuff. Also, August 21st, Better Days, the movie, starring Tom Gist. That's my peoples, that's my guy, that's my big bro. He put together a movie. I'm in it. But not just that, it's a good movie. I want y'all to check it out. I haven't seen the whole thing. I've seen a little bit here and there. And even for a person who I work close with, and that's my big brother, there's a lot of things he hasn't shown me when it comes to the footage of the movie. I want y'all to check that out. August 21st, going to be on Amazon Prime. Better Days, the movie, starring Tom Gist. I'm here. Anybody looking for a tattoo? I'm here. SafeHavenTattoos.com is the website. You can book an appointment. If I don't answer you directly, my assistant will. Let's make history. You got one life to live. Gotta make the best out of it. I'll see y'all. Y'all be safe.